Big thank you to this video's sponsors. Check out Mad Fabworx and Fab9's websites for the best Miata parts that you can buy. If you didn't watch the last video, I mentioned that this week I was going to get the engine back in the NC Miata. And I'm happy to say we did just that. So yes, behind me you see the engine back in the car, and we're gonna get into that in this video. But before we get everything going, I just wanna say at the end of this video, we are going to be opening the giveaway. Mad Fabworx and I have put together a giveaway for you guys, and Instagram, wherever you are, we wanna make sure that you win some cool parts. So stick around at the end of the video and see how you can win a set of clutch pedal braces made by Mad Fabworx. They are essential if you have an NC Miata. I have a set on my car already and absolutely love them. If you don't, you have a ticking time bomb of a clutch pedal, so stick around to see how you can win a set. So for the past few weeks, or months, I guess now, we have taken our 2.5 engine out of the NC Miata in preparation for a turbo kit install from Fab9. And no, this video doesn't have any of that in it, because as I've said, there's been a few weeks now where there's been so many little things that have just been annoying to deal with, and I've already made videos on some of this stuff. So I've already made a couple videos on taking this engine out and putting it back in. I wanted to spend a weekend making a video for you guys after the fact, because obviously this is some huge progress, but it's just been a bunch of little things here and there, like gaskets and O-rings and getting thread sealant and getting new bolts and things like that. All together, coming to today, was able to get the transmission back on the car, scoot everything underneath the body of the car, lower it back down. So the subframe, engine, and everything is back in the NC Miata. And this is where we have ended up. Engine in, subframe in. Obviously, none of the accessories are back on the car. So we are still missing the turbo with our downpipe and manifold. Obviously, the intake manifold is missing as well. In the last video, we got these all mocked up. So if you missed that, go check it out. You can get a better view of how everything looks. But this is our Pulsar turbo, Kraken manifold, and the Fab9 downpipe, which we have exhaust wrapped. And then we also picked up the Fab9 Elite manifold. That was in the last episode. If you missed the last episode, go check it out, because you'll get a better understanding of what all of this is going to look like in the engine bay. So we're gonna have some test fitting in the car. I've already seen the process of putting the manifold with the turbo and everything on the hot side of the engine. And we have a video also that I've seen of someone putting on the Elite manifold. So I'm going to make a video of installing everything. The references are out there, which is good. So everything should fit up the way it needs to. We've got back here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we've got our M22 to 8AN bung, so that will hook into our manifold. We've got our radium PCV plate down here. We still need to mount our catch can. I think we're gonna be doing it up here. Thank you, John, for sending me photos. But down there as well, the really cool thermostatic oil filter mount from Mad Fabworx right there. So that's super cool. And then you might notice something looks a little different with our suspension arms. One of the huge things I did over this weekend and through the week, actually, it just takes me a while to do everything now, is I put polyurethane bushings in our upper and lower control arms, and these are brand new as well. So I figured instead of taking everything out and installing new stuff on it, I would just spend the money and get new stuff to put new stuff on. So these are fully upgraded. We've got both bushings there and there for the top, and then down below, we've got our nice red poly bushings there. I didn't really mess with the alignment too much. I made markings and kind of hoped for the best. After the subframe being out and all of that, we're gonna wanna get an alignment anyways. So that's a big update there. Just for your reference, these are my old arms here. The bushings themselves don't look too bad. There is some cracking in the larger ones. So the lower ones both had bushings that were kind of cracking. So these are a little worn out. You can see they're just pretty soft. And these have about 120,000 miles on them, as well as our upper control arms, which this one looks okay. This one had a rip in it, so all of the grease was starting to come out. And they're in okay condition. I'll probably keep these just to maybe throw a set of polyurethane bushings on them in the future if I need to, but they're still pretty good, so I'll just hang on to them for now. This will be my first time with polyurethane bushings on a car. I've heard good things. I've also heard some, not bad things, but some drivability concerns with them. If this was my daily, I probably wouldn't do it. It's not my daily, so I wanted to do it. Like I said, I've had these bushings sitting on the shelf now for like 4 or 5 years. So it was just time to install them. I figured I would do it while everything was out of the car, which looking back was probably a good thing. It was really tough to get the ball joints out of the knuckles. The knuckles, I guess. So a lot of banging, a lot of hammering, a lot of blow torches to heat things up, but we got it. I did it a okay way. If you guys remember the last time I did this, it was a mega fail. I don't think this is gonna work. But we did it a semi-correct way this time. So if you guys are doing this and you're watching this video, what I did was I took my blowtorch, I burned the bushings out as much as I could to where that metal sleeve falls out of the inside. I guess I could show you. So putting a blowtorch on each bushing, it burns it out, melts everything. It just takes a little bit to do. This metal sleeve on the inside comes out pretty easily. Then you can take your hacksaw or jigsaw like I used with a metal blade, cut this inner sleeve on the inside, and then a couple slices in the top part of the sleeve here and here on the side. So one cut along the side right here, one cut along the side here, and then 2 slices across the top. And then after that, you can put it in a bench vise, and with some chisels and picks, you can hammer out the sleeve from the inside. And if you cut everything nicely, you won't have a bunch of marring on the inside of your sleeve, and your new bushing will go in just fine. I know that probably makes it sound super easy. It wasn't. I've been out here for days now trying to get the arms done and the engine in. I am absolutely beat. You can probably tell I'm disgustingly dirty. I started making this video right after the engine was put in. So it is a talking update video, but the engine is in too, so that's cool. So what is left to do then? Obviously, a lot. We are going to need to put on our manifold and turbo kit. We've got our Fab9 valve cover all on, which looks great in the engine bay. I'm super happy I went with silver. Definitely makes it look like the engine is a little out of place, but in a good way. It's like we changed it, because we did. We also need to put on our manifold. We'll be doing that. And then we also need to run all of our wiring. I've got some of it connected just to, I don't know, poke at it, I guess, but we've got to do all of our wiring, plug everything in. You guys saw me wrap everything in the Tesa tape. I've also got new clips, so new zip tie clips that go on everywhere that they were supposed to go. So really, really nice. Also have our transmission just sitting down here right now, but it is back in the car, I guess. Technically it's in. Need to put the PPF brace on the bottom still, but man, we did it. This feels good. So now let's talk about something fun, the giveaway. So previously you will have seen that Mad Fabworx sent us out a big box that included their oil cooling kit with a front oil cooler, their thermostatic oil perch, and all the hoses that we need to get this motor running and keeping it cool, keeping the oil cool, and keeping it reliable. But they also sent me 2 clutch pedal brackets that weld on to your clutch pedal to keep it from cracking. A lot of you guys know the master cylinders leak in these cars. They get on your clutch pedal, and that stamped, spot welded bracket that hold the clutch pedal together, it doesn't cut it, especially when you get brake fluid on it. And these solve that issue. They make your clutch pedal feel so much more solid and give you the peace of mind knowing that your clutch pedal is not gonna snap on you on the side of the road, or in my case, on the way home from work, and basically ruining your weekend. So if you wanna win one of these, all you need to do is go down below, hit the subscribe button for my YouTube channel. Also go to Instagram and follow Mad Fabworx on Instagram. So after you've subscribed to the YouTube channel, after you followed Mad Fabworx on Instagram, all you guys need to do is go down below in the comments here and write your favorite NC Miata mod that you have done to your car or plan to do to your car, and it can be the Mad Fabworx clutch pedal brackets. Once you've done all those 3 things, you are entered. At the end of March, we are going to be announcing a winner. So you guys have a little over a month to get entered. I'm gonna be posting this on the Facebook groups, on my Instagram. Mad Fabworx will be sharing on their end as well. So everybody can enter to win this. And then at the end of March, we will randomly select 2 winners that have done all of the above, and then you guys can win them. So we'll be contacting winners at the end of March. Like I said, go down below, don't wait. We'll bring it up in other videos too, but this is the video that you wanna enter on. So write your comments below and win yourself some cool car parts. So comes the time to start chipping away at this. I'm gonna get the camera out in the future videos. This video is ending because I'm absolutely obliterated and I wanna post a video for you guys this weekend, but we're going to continue sorting the engine, getting our wiring all hooked up, getting everything plumbed for coolant and oil and power steering, AC. All that stuff needs to go back in still. We need to get our big aftermarket parts installed, being the intake manifold and our turbo kit, downpipe, manifold, all that stuff. We need to get the intercooler on. We need to get our front crash bar on. We've still got a pile of parts over there, and I am ready to get this done because our next big milestone is going to be getting this engine started, and I cannot wait to hear this thing turn over again. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you want to enter into the giveaway, make sure you go down below and hit the subscribe button. Get that out of the way. Go follow Mad Fabworx on Instagram. Leave your comments below to get entered, and I will see you guys in the next one.